So this is what a $129 AC tune-up looks like with on-the-mark heating and air. So what I like to get out of the way is while the system's running, I like to do all my checks just so I can be efficient. We also grab our iPads and our softwares, and I like to grab all the pictures I need right away because with a tune-up, you get a maintenance form that includes all of our checks on it, pictures, all that good stuff. So what I'm gonna do right now is start off with taking pictures of everything, ranging from the system, literally everything, the model and serial number, and then we'll move on to the next step. So test ports is what we call them. Then we're gonna plug the holes just to make sure everything's sealed. When we first got here, this customer also had their air purifier was due for a bulb, so she went ahead and wants us to replace that. So that's something we also knock out while we're here. Another thing is too, so we can prepare people for the fall winter season, is humidifiers. You know, why come out and service and replace the humidifier filter when it's, you know, already running? Why not get to it before the system is running in the heating mode? That way the customer's prepared. So check that out as well. You can see it's not crazy dirty, but there's definitely some buildup off of it. These things are Aprilaire specifically. They recommend servicing these or replacing them once a year. That's most likely something she's gonna want to replace. So down here, this is your blower assembly. This is essentially the lungs of the system. So it's pulling and it's pushing all of the air through the furnace, the AC, the ductwork. You know, we want to make sure that that wheel looks like a hamster wheel. We want to make sure that hamster wheel or that blower wheel is nice and clean that way. And that's why replacing the filter is so important, because the job of the filter is to keep all of the stuff after the filter clean. Change your filter, you know, the smaller ones, stay on top of them. I'd say about every month if you really want to stay on top of it. These bigger ones, you should be able to get 4 to 6 months out of them. So what I have now is the manual online for this furnace. So I'm just looking at the fan table chart and making sure the dip switches on the control board are set properly in correlation with the static pressure we're getting, and therefore I can see how much air the system is pushing. With the air conditioning tune-up, we also have a camera scope to see how clean the evaporator coil is. So you can see there, that is your coil, and that's as clean as it gets. Now we're making our way out to the air conditioner. So while the system's off, this is a good time to allow me to be able to check the condenser fan motor, see if there's any oil leaking from it. We're gonna check the capacitor and all the electrical in it. So again, I try to be as efficient as possible while the system's off, try to do as many checks as I can, and then move on to things like refrigerant charge while it's running and amp draws and all that good stuff. So checking the capacitor right now just to make sure everything's within range. Just check this out, everything's looking good there. Just do a double check just to make sure. Good, so we're all good here. On the AC tune-ups, what we also look at is the condenser fan motor. While it's off, I just want to do a visual inspection on it. We got the unit up and running, so I got my meter on the common wire for the compressor to check the amp draw when it starts up. That's super important just to make sure this thing's working properly. And again, just goes back to, you know, having these things last a long time. That's why people do maintenance. During the tune-up, what we do is we finish off with washing off the outdoor coil. This is super important to keep clean just to maximize efficiency and less stress on the system. So we're just going to use a normal hose, keep the grates on, and wash it off from top to bottom.